Skinny girls weak, them hoes don't compare. Junk in the trunk looking like 2 pairs. Woo, got me hotter than a sauna. Ass so fat, make me wanna thank your mama. Ass so fat, I think I need a lap dance. Ass so fat, about to pop out of them pants.
Okay, you guys, so we're gonna get right into this recipe. I have my cleaned jumbo shrimp right here in a bowl. They've been cleaned, rinsed, and drained. The first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to drizzle the shrimp with a little olive oil. That's just going to, you know, lubricate it and make sure that the seasoning sticks to it. Then I'm going to season it with a little lemon pepper and then a little Tony Chachere's. That's all we're going to season the shrimp with. We're going to go ahead and mix this up and let this marinate for, you know, about 20 minutes or so, and then we'll be right back. So I have my pan heating up here. I'm going to go in with 3/4 of a stick of sweet cream salted butter, and then I'm going to add a little drizzle of olive oil. The butter is for the flavor. The olive oil, of course, is for the ability to cook the food at a higher cooking temperature. And we're going to go ahead and melt the butter until it gets a little brown and toasty. So now that the butter has melted with the olive oil, I'm going to go ahead and add in a small chopped red onion. And I'm also going to add in some thyme. This recipe is pretty much using what you have in your fridge. Everything that I'm using for this pasta dish is stuff that I already had in my kitchen. I didn't go to the store and buy anything. And with that being said, I realized I didn't have any minced garlic, so I had to use garlic powder and substitute it for that. So I used about a teaspoon of garlic powder, which is about equivalent to, I'd say, 2 teaspoons of minced garlic. So I added that to the pot, and I'm just going to go ahead and, you know, mix this up and cook these onions down a little bit. And then I'm going to add the shrimp to the pot, and we're going to go ahead and cook the shrimp until they're about halfway done. You don't want your shrimp to be hard and overcooked. It's going to cook more in the sauce, so we're just going to cook it halfway and then remove it from the pot and then add it back in when it's time to make the sauce. So my shrimp have been cooking for a little bit. I'm going to go ahead and flip these over, cook them for a little bit on the other side. And you guys, look at this sauce that the shrimp is creating. All this flavor is going to infuse our cream sauce. It's going to be so good. So once I flip these over, I'm just going to cook it for a little bit longer, and then we're going to go ahead and take them out of the pot. But OMG, look at that liquid it's making. So while the shrimp are cooking, I just have some thin spaghetti noodles over here cooking and some boiling salted water. So these shrimp look perfect. Time to remove them from the pan. So I took all of the shrimp out the pot. Now to the pan, I'm going to add 1.5 cups of whole milk. So now that I got the sauce up to a little simmer, I'm going to go ahead and add half of an 8-ounce bar of just some regular cream cheese. I'm only going to use half. So I'm going to go ahead and just continue to stir this around on the heat and just melt this down before we add some more of the cheese. So you're just seeing me work this in, melting it, mixing, melting it, and all that. So once that is melted down, I'm going to add pretty much what I had. I had half of a cup of some Italian blend shredded cheese, and then I had some Colby Jack cheese, so I added a half cup of that. So it came out to, of course, a cup of cheese, half of it the Italian blend, the other half some Colby Jack cheese, and it's a nice, you know, combination. It came out really, really good. So even though that's just what I had, the end result was perfect. It was so good. So now that I added the cheese in, I'm going to go ahead and just mix this to just melt it down. Right now I have the the temperature at a medium low. So I'm just going to go ahead and melt the shredded cheese. And then I'm going to add in the cooked thin spaghetti pasta. If your sauce is a little too thick, you can always add a little bit of pasta water to it. Or you can add in some more milk, but this is perfect for me. So I'm just going to add in all of my pasta. And I used about 3/4 of a pound of pasta in this, not the whole box. So now that I have all my pasta to the pot, I'm just going to go ahead and just, incorporate the pasta into the sauce. I like to do it this way opposed to how some people maybe pour the sauce onto the pasta. I like to do it this way. So after I do that, I'm just going to go ahead and add the shrimp and that nice liquid that drained off of it and mix that all in there together, and it's looking really, really good. I'm so happy the way this came out for this to be just stuff that I had in the refrigerator. I didn't go shopping for anything, and this came out to be a whole nice complete meal, and it was really, really good. Once I mix this up, I pretty much just like to finish it with a little fresh ground black pepper on the top and a little parsley. You gotta add a little parsley to make it a little pretty, right? So yeah, that was my creamy garlic shrimp pasta. I mean, it would have been better if I had real minced garlic in it, but we're quarantined and I didn't have any fresh garlic, so I used what I had. But that garlic flavor is definitely still there. I used enough of it and I toasted it, and it's really, really good. So be sure to give my video a big thumbs up, leave me a comment below, subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Don't forget to do you, boo. Bye, guys.
You know I got that act right. They'll be home by 3. They'll put you straight to sleep.
Is that right?